Hi everyone. Today I would like to talk to you about a topic that I find very interesting. It's a topic I've been dealing with ever since I was younger. It's about sensitive kids, children that are very sensitive, um, children that see things, children that are not used to things that most of us spend our lives studying. Um, just things like that. So I want to talk to you about raising a child and what you can do to help the child cope with you know being able to see and understand what's going on with what they're seeing. So as a child, I'll tell you a story about my life. It's very brief, I promise. As a child, I went through a lot of things where I saw a lot of things in my home. There's a lot of energies in my childhood home in New York where I live. Um, it's it was very confusing for me as a kid. I felt lonely. I felt misunderstood. I always thought something was wrong with me. I could never understand why everyone wouldn't see what I was seeing, and I was the only one seeing these things. So I um I had to figure things out on my own, and it was very hard. Imagine a 6 or 7, 8 year old, 10-year old trying to go to sleep at night and seeing things, walking in her room or washing the dishes and looking over her shoulder and seeing something standing behind her. It was just standing behind me. It was very terrifying, and I had to learn a lot of things. Like I had to learn to um, decipher the emotions of fear versus feeling unsafe. Um, I learned that at a very young age. Whether I was making the situation worse because I was scared, or was this thing that was around me negative. So I figured that out. It took me a while, but I figured out how to decipher the difference between that. Um, so it was very lonely because I wouldn't talk to anybody actually. I wouldn't tell my parents. I would mention it, and when they never really responded or had an answer, I stopped talking to them about it. I wouldn't speak out loud about it because I felt like the spirits or whatever the energies that I was feeling would show up more if I discussed it. So if I did mention it, I would whisper like a secret, or I wouldn't say anything at all, and I would just deal with this thing on my own. So I see things. I see spirits. I see energies. I see lights. I see a lot of things. I'm still learning what they are and how to deal with it. But now I have a daughter, which you guys met for a little bit in one of my previous videos. Raising her, I realized that she also has the same gift. It took me a long time to say it was a gift. I felt like it was a curse for a very long time. But raising her, I found out that she can see a lot of things, and children are very sensitive. And she's actually 6, and she still sees and hear things. And we all see things differently. It's never the same. Like she sees full detail. I see shadows. I see figures. I see balls. I see lights. I see shapes. I see things like that. She sees a person and what they're wearing, what they're looking, what they're tilting their head like this. And, I see things that look very transparent, and she sees things that she says look like a person or a thing or animal, whatever. So, yes. So, I found an article online. I will post the article in the description once I post this video. And I just want to share with you different things that I read in the article and different things that I also do with my kid to help my child deal with this situation. So I number one thing, I talk to my daughter about this. I don't put any ideas in her head. I don't say, "Oh, did you see a ghost today?" Or no, I'm like, "What did you dream about today?" And if she ever had, she usually has a lot of night terrors where she wakes up screaming sometimes or yelling or you know very very strong emotions occur that wakes her up at night. Um, so I learned to always talk to her and ask her what she's experiencing before I suggest stuff. But she would tell me I had a dream about this or this witch came to my room when I was sleeping at this lady's this person's house or I see this guy staring at you, mommy, and he was looking at you like his head tilted. Um and the thing about it with that situation where the man was staring at me and um, he was staring at me with my his head tilted. I actually noticed something. I was doing my hair in the mirror in my parents' home, and I wasn't wearing any clothes. I had my underclothes on. I was standing in the mirror. No one was home. It was just me and my daughter. My aunt lives downstairs, so that's a whole separate part of the house. So she was downstairs with my aunt. She came upstairs. I kept on looking over my shoulder because I felt something and I saw something in the mirror as well, but I wasn't sure. And she was like, "Mommy, the guy's staring at you." And blah blah blah. She just walked past and announced that, and it's just I was just like, "Thank you," because I was trying to figure out was I seeing something or was I going crazy, and it helps to have somebody around, even though she's so young and it's so weird. It helps to have somebody around to help you not feel like you're seeing things or you're going crazy. So she saw exactly what I was sensing and feeling and actually seeing. Um, that day. So that's we always talk to each other about things. Like if she walks by, she'll say something about something she's seen or experienced. Um, she would um, she would tell me her dreams, and I would help her interpret her dreams. We'll pull out the dream book, and we'll look at what it means, and we'll talk about it, and just to help her understand what's happening. I also try to explain to her, you know, sometimes your emotions are correct with certain things. Like if you're afraid or uncomfortable, then that's probably your body telling you that this is not a good thing that's around you. So sometimes you have to communicate with your children so they'll know. She knows not to bring any guests to my home. Don't invite anybody over without me meeting them or me approving it. Just she's very aware. She's a smart little girl as well. So number one thing that's important: communicate with your children. Do not forget to communicate with your children. Ask them about their dreams. Ask them to talk to you because you don't want to raise a kid like how I was raised, where I was terrified. I didn't know how to talk to people because I was scared to talk to people because of all the things I was experiencing. It was horrible, and I've learned how to really communicate with people through trial and error, and it took me years past my past me being 18 years old to actually know how to speak to people and be friendly and not be weird or awkward because I was just so terrified of certain things that I'll be scared to talk to people or of people because of what I was experiencing as a kid because I was scared to talk. Um, what else? So in this article, it talks about different things. It breaks down, which I like, um, what the different types of energies you can feel around you. They talk about there's ghost energies, there's ancestors, there's guides, there's angels, there's elemental energies. Then the person goes into the different tools that they use for their child, to help them, cope with what's going on and remove the negative energy. And one of the things that I have a stone, obsidian stone. I need to get my daughter one because it says that that stone is also really good in helping remove negative energy. So you want to help your kids have less bad dreams and see less negative energy around his or her space. Definitely purchase an obsidian stone and keep it by their bedside or under their bed. Um, it talks about this person, the author also helps and suggests a DIY monster be gone spray. But you don't have to say monster. You can say energy or spirit, not to scare your child. So she she eh, she uses different essential oils and witch hazel and sea salts and distilled water to create this spray for her child to help them cleanse their space so they'll remove that negative energy themselves before they go to bed, which is amazing. I really when I stumbled upon this article, I was just like, this is amazing, this is a really good idea, and I am definitely going to do it. I'm also going to do a video of me making this DIY spray and showing you, my daughter's room. I'm not going to show you guys my daughter's room, but I'm going to explain to you what we're doing with it and how we do it based on the instructions that this author has on her website. So definitely, if you do have children that are sensitive and they are telling you they see things, please listen to them because it was really tough growing up as a child. No one would listen. No one would understand. And you know what's so funny? I was recently talking to my dad, and the whole time I didn't really talk about the situation much until I got older. And we were having a conversation about, spirits and energies. And I was talking to him about my daughter and explained to him that she also sees and senses the same things I do, maybe more. And he says, "Oh yeah, I was experiencing that stuff too in the house." And I'm just like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" And he tells me, I don't know if it's because of the older generation, their beliefs are different, but I really feel like communication is number one. Communicate with your kids. For some reason, I don't know if it's my nationality or if it's just the generation where because my parents are up there. They're in their high 70s. Um, my dad, he's in the 70s. My mom is in her 60s. They're up there, and it was really really tough growing up as a kid, thinking that I was all alone in this situation, and I had my father, where I obviously got it from, experiencing the same thing, but not wanting to talk to me about it. And I explained to him that growing up as a child, how I felt, and he was just like, "Well, I was seeing the same stuff, and I was fine, but it's different." Like he didn't understand the difference. Um, a child compared to an adult, or maybe he saw. I mean, of course, if I'm seeing it when I was a kid, he probably saw it when he was a kid too. But it was really really tough. So definitely communicate with your kids, talk to them. Definitely read the article that I'm about to post on, the Monster Be Gone spray and the different energies that can be around you, either negative or familiar, like ancestors and guides and angels and stuff like that. So it was a very interesting, very brief, very short article, very informative, and I just wanted to share with you guys today. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. The day is basically done. It is 11:47 um, here in New York. So enjoy. Have a great weekend. And I will probably post something on Sunday, but I am not 100% sure. And I will let you know when I'm going to post the video on the Monster Be Gone spray. But I'm going to change the name to Negative Energy Be Gone. Because I don't like to call things monsters. I feel like we call things monsters when we don't understand what they are, or when we're afraid of things. We call them monsters. So it's just all in how you say things and how you think. So try to think a little bit more positive and maybe things would, be better for us in the world. It would be end up being better people, better humans, and take care of our planet and work with these energies that's all around us. So, thank you for watching. I'm Jessica Divine, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.